Hello everybody, welcome to Eat Well, and it is a grant that we worked on through the Illinois Critical Access Hospital Network through OSF Healthcare, and my name is Jamie Wyatt and I'm the dietitian. So I'm here to talk to you today about sweet potatoes and black beans. So I'll go over some of the nutritional benefits of those things, and then we'll have Tina Canada actually prepare a really nutritious recipe. It's called sweet potato and black bean quesadillas. So with black beans, so I brought the little can of black beans here. So they're a great source of fiber, which is very good. They have protein, they have lots of folate, and as far as the nutrition goes, there's about 3 servings per container on this. And they're 110 calories, no fat, no cholesterol, and there's 450 milligrams of sodium. So it's a little higher on the sodium end because it's in a can, of course. Something that you're able to do is, what we've done in our recipes is we're gonna rinse those off to remove a lot of the sodium from the product. And then you can also get dried beans as well. And as far as carbohydrate, we've got 20 grams of carbohydrate. And then as far as dietary fiber, there's 5 grams. So this product's really, really high in fiber with it being 5 grams here. So it's very beneficial because of the fiber content, of course. So what happens when you have a higher fiber content? It's really good for the GI tract. It keeps things moving a little faster. And the fiber is really good to kind of take away some of those bad things that we have, like cholesterol. It can help improve that, the more fiber that we have in our diets. So with the sweet potatoes, as far as the calories, one of those would be about 112 calories. Basically no fat in the sweet potato. Carbohydrate, 26 grams of carbohydrate per sweet potato. There's a couple grams of protein and about 4 grams of fiber. So kind of the same thing with the beans. These have a lot of fiber in them. Of course, with some of the other fruits and vegetables, you get the fiber from consuming the skin, and you get more nutrients when you consume the skin. Even though a lot of people don't like it, just think of it as your nutritious snack that you're having along with it, because it does provide extra nutrients and fiber if you consume the skins. As far as some vitamins and minerals, 1 sweet potato will give you 400% of the vitamin A that you need in your body. So that's helping keeping your eyes really healthy, your immune system very healthy, so they're a very healthy thing. Some of the other vitamins it has a lot of with the sweet potatoes: B vitamins, vitamin C, vitamin D, calcium, iron, magnesium, zinc. So a lot of these things, as far as vitamins and minerals, are really found in the sweet potatoes. They're very nutrient dense, as we would say. The most important thing is, I'm not saying just, oh, sweet potatoes are very good, so that's all you want to eat. It's very good as far as getting a variety of different nutrients in your fruits and vegetables and whole grains and beans in your diet. So then you're including a lot of different variety, a lot of different nutrients, and not just eating the same thing over and over again is very helpful to include that variety. So what I'm going to do is we'll turn it over to Tina, and she will start making our quesadilla recipe.
Hi, today I am making a black bean and sweet potato quesadilla. So while I'm doing my hand hygiene and getting my gloves on, I'll tell you a little bit about our recipe. It's a really fun, fast, easy recipe that is healthy. This recipe is high fiber, low carb, diabetes friendly. It's a lower saturated fat, lower sodium, and vegetarian recipe. So we're featuring the sweet potatoes and black beans today in our quesadilla. Our recipe, which is at osfhealthcare.org/recipes, does make 4 quesadillas. So it would be 4 servings. So be great for a lunch for 4 people, or you could actually make it and slice it into wedges and use it as an appetizer if you like. We've already microwaved our sweet potatoes so that they're cooked, and we want them to cool down so that they're easy to handle. If you use them when they're out of the microwave, it's going to be really hot. So we want to start by getting these microwaved, probably about 8 minutes. It may vary depending on your microwave. So you want to be able to insert a knife in or a fork into them, and they're soft and easy to insert. And then we are using whole wheat tortillas. Of course, whole grains are always a healthier choice. So that's why we chose this today, and that's for the nutrition information on our recipe. That's what we're calculating based on. I'm just gonna go ahead and prepare 2 of these today. So I'm gonna lay out my tortillas. Our recipe tells you we're gonna put it on half and we're gonna fold it over. So that's really easy when you've got it in your pan and you're flipping it. You could also fill it on the whole thing and top it so that you have it like this. And then split it in half when it's done. So that's kind of whatever you'd like to do. So we're going to take our sweet potato and we're going to cut it in half down the middle, and we're just going to scrape out the pulp. So isn't that bright and beautiful orange sweet potato? So I'm just going to take some of the pulp out of the sweet potato, and since this recipe makes about 4, you're going to put about half a sweet potato on each of your tortillas. So since we're going to fold them over in our pan, we're going to go ahead and just put half a sweet potato mashed onto each one. There's nothing that goes in the sweet potato, just a well-cooked sweet potato. And then just kind of mashing it up so that it's spread out on here. And doesn't have to be perfect, because again, we're going to just fold that over. Then we're going to add 3/4 of a cup of black beans for 4 of our quesadillas. So I'm actually we've already drained and rinsed our black beans. So I'm just going to actually take some and lay on top here. And if you kind of mash them down a little bit into there, then they stay in real nice. So this is something that your kids might want to help you make. I mean, how much fun could it be to mash a sweet potato and then mash some beans down in there? I think that'd be a real fun treat for the kids. And then we're going to get some cheese. So our recipe calls for shredded pepper jack cheese. So we've actually got a cheddar pepper jack cheese mix. If you are not wanting to have the pepper jack, you could use just plain Monterey Jack, or you could use cheddar. We're just going to put there. So you can see that your kids probably won't be any messier than I am with putting this together. And then we're just going to fold that over, and they're going to be ready to go in our skillet. So I'm going to turn my burner on and get my pan hot. I'm using a non-stick skillet, so that's really easy. You usually don't have to have some vegetable oil with your non-stick pans, but you might. Or if you're not using something non-stick, if you use cast iron, then you're going to get a nice crispier tortilla. So that might be your preference. You could do these on the grill if you wanted. There's a lot of ways that you could do them, but right now we're just going to lift this into the skillet. You could do 2 at a time. I'm just going to kind of do 1 right now. So we're going to let that sit. We just want to cook it about 3 to 4 minutes on each side, just long enough to get the cheese melted. Again, if you're using cast iron or something like that, you might get a crispier tortilla, so you might want a nice little golden brown crisp on the outside. And then we're going to serve this accompanied by salsa. So we already have a bowl of salsa here. So each quesadilla is about 300 calories, so that makes you a really low calorie, fast, quick lunch, something that's really easy to make. We're doing something that's very inexpensive to make. It's a meatless meal, so that's great if you're a vegetarian, but it's also great if you're looking to make a low-cost meal. I'm going to go ahead and flip this over. We'll let it cook a little longer. When you get ready to serve it, it's something that you can eat with your hands. You could cut it and eat with a fork, but it's real easy So kind of a quick thing you can eat outside on your deck if it's summertime. We can also, I've got a pizza cutter here, so when I've got this cooked, if I wanted to, I could cut it in wedges and make it something that could be used as an appetizer or a snack food, so if you're not wanting it for that whole meal. So you can see I didn't get my beans smashed down in my sweet potatoes very well because I had some of them fall out while I'm cooking it, but I think that'll be okay. I'll just put them on as a little garnish when I put this on the plate. All right. We're gonna slip that out. And I'm gonna sit this other one in the pan so it can begin cooking. And I'm just gonna go ahead and slice this into wedges. Again, I could pick this up and eat it as it is, but it really makes a nice little easy to hold, especially if you have younger kids or you want to serve this as an appetizer. We can put a little salsa on it. That's delicious. So enjoy, and remember, you can get this recipe at osfhealthcare.org/recipes. And we will see you for another segment of Be Well another day. So eat well and have a nice day.